Hello everyone, today we are breaking down the leaked photos for House of the Dragon, the Game of Thrones prequel set to release in 2022. Not a whole lot of plot spoilers, but we do see some of the characters in full costume, and we see some new characters as well. So if you don't want any spoilers, I would stop watching the video right now. Remember to like the video, it helps out the channel a lot, and subscribe, and yada yada yada. Let's get to it. There's a lot going on in the first photo we see. There are two soldiers carrying the banner of House Targaryen. There's a knight as well next to a cart of charred bones and a carriage. In the carriage we see Alicent Hightower, but this is the younger one played by Emily Carey. A couple of months ago they had announced they had cast younger versions of Alicent Hightower and Rhaenyra Targaryen. So this scene would be a flashback and not in the current time where the show will mainly take place. We then see Milly Alcock, who plays the younger version of Rhaenyra Targaryen, next to a blue thing, which will be a dragon after visual effects. I've seen enough behind the scenes of Game of Thrones to know this. The dragon is Syrax, which is Rhaenyra's mount. We then see the two meet at the carriage. People have mentioned how Alicent's clothing reminds them of Marjorie Tyrell's, and how Rhaenyra's clothing reminds them of Season 7 Daenerys. I would say, yeah, it's not exactly the same, but there are similarities. The flashbacks are really going to focus on Rhaenyra and Alicent's relationship, and how they have grown to hate each other in the current timeline the show will mainly take place in. The two even may have liked each other at one point, until Alicent married Rhaenyra's father and became her stepmother and made things very weird between them. This could be their first meeting. I have no basis for that, just pure speculation. In the same shot, we see a knight, a closer look, and it's Graham McTavish. He must really love these fantasy shows. He's also in The Witcher, he plays Dijkstra in Season 2, and he was in the Hobbit movies as well. His role has not been announced yet, but he is in the flashback with the two girls, so he may not be in the current timeline, which is kind of a bummer. His horse has Targaryen sigils on it, so he must be in service to them in some way. I think he's part of the kingsguard, and he is watching and protecting Rhaenyra, as ridiculous as that sounds, while she plays on her dragon. We do know the kingsguard armor does change sometimes with new rulers. We saw this in Game of Thrones. It would explain why it looks different. I don't think he's a head of a great house. He wouldn't ride a horse with a Targaryen sigil on it. At the very least, he's a knight of some kind, but I'm pretty sure he's part of the Kingsguard. I believe he is playing the role of Harrold Westerling, who is the Lord Commander of the Kingsguard at this time of the flashback. This means he will only be in the flashback scenes, which kind of blows. He's a great actor, but he's really busy. So we see the charred bones behind him. Dragons gotta eat. That's all that is. In the next photo, we see a lady, maybe, holding a very long stick that is burned on the end. The stick could be how they are feeding the dragons. People who are not used to dragons don't want to get too close. That's probably why it's charred on the end. The head shave, though, makes me feel like this is a cult thing. There is a man during the time of the Dance of the Dragons known as the Shepherd. He is a follower of the Faith of the Seven and part of the Poor Fellows, which is another name for the Faith Militant. King Jaehaerys made peace with the High Septon, who the Poor Fellows listened to, and they disbanded. But some may still practice these beliefs. This could be a follower of the Shepherd. The Shepherd is the one who leads the attack on the Dragon Pit, which won't be until the end of the series, but they could be establishing some kind of group that hates the Targaryens and pretty much wants to see them dead. In the next set of photos, we see a caravan. We also see two characters who will be the focus of the scene. The soldiers that are with them look very Baratheon-like. They have very similar helmets to what Stannis' men had. The two men could be Baratheons then. The one on the right, I believe, is Borros Baratheon. The one on the left could be his father, Bormund, but he looks a little young to play his father. The one on the right does have Baratheon qualities, black hair, also curly like Robert's, dresses somewhat similar to Stannis. If he is not a Baratheon, he is definitely a high lord of some kind. Borros, for a bit of backstory, is very temperamental, and he is a seasoned warrior, and he is the cousin of Rhaenyra Targaryen. I'm still not sure who the larger fellow could be. If you have any guesses, leave it down in the comments below. I am looking forward to this show immensely. I miss Westeros and I cannot wait to journey back. So what do you guys think of the pictures? Did I miss anything? Leave it down in the comments below. And if you want more Game of Thrones videos, please subscribe and like the video. And check out the Twitter link in the description below. And as always, have an awesome day.